So what are the NutrEval and organic acid tests about? We'll use these tests to look for nutritional deficiencies, heavy metal toxicities, and even some information about gut health. The nutritional deficiencies include many vitamins, antioxidants, several minerals, essential fatty acids, and amino acids. The organic acid test is a part of the larger NutrEval test. The organic acid test does not include the heavy metal, essential fatty acids, and amino acids. The truly unique aspect about these tests, these type of functional medicine tests, is that instead of just measuring the blood levels of these nutrients, they measure how well your body is doing its job at the metabolic level. And does it have enough of these nutrients to do what it needs to do? Our bodies are very careful to maintain blood levels of nutrients in a tight range so the brain always has what it needs. But other tissues may be deficient, compromising their function to keep blood levels adequate so the brain has what it needs. Choosing between the NutrEval and the organic acid test can be difficult sometimes. Choosing the more expensive NutrEval test is usually made if we see a significant benefit to knowing how well you are eating, digesting, absorbing, or utilizing protein or amino acids, fats, or essential fatty acids, and if heavy metal toxicity is a likelihood. This is a sample of the NutrEval test summary. Here are some of the individual items tested and specific results. Here's a sample of the organic acid test summary. And here are some of the individual items tested and specific results from that test. You can see that they are both quite extensive. Once you have the results, what's the solution? Well, to change your diet or supplementation to address the results. We'll review the test results, discussing what the test appears to be telling us in relation to what you are actually doing. From this comparative discussion, I give a personalized combination of diet and supplementation recommendations. If your diet's pretty good, the focus will be more on supplementation, naturally. An important question is whether or not you should discontinue supplements. This is generally good to do for a couple days before the test. The only time I would have you stop supplementation longer than a couple days is if you want to see if you no longer need those supplements that you're taking. Now, that would be great information, but in that case, you would need to stop for 1 to 4 months, since it would take that long for some of the systems to run out of some of the nutrients.
I'm going to give you some instructions on the NutrEval test. When you come into the office, we will give you a requisition, a local requisition that looks like this. Dr. helps will fill out everything on that. We'll also give you the requisition that goes with the kit. On the front, Dr. Hubbs will sign it, and I will put down the amount that you pay here. You flip it over, put your information on the top. The second line's for insurance. Your payment goes there, and you sign the bottom. So when you take this kit home, you're going to take everything out of it. And there is a brick on the inside. So you'll take this brick and put it in the freezer. The next morning, you're going to get up to go over to the lab because you will need to be fasting. So fasting means nothing after you go to bed. So in the morning, you can have water, but that's it. So you're going to take this brick, you're going to put it back into the box, everything back inside. All the tubes except for this one. This one has a tube for urine samples. Okay, so you're going to collect your first morning urine and you're going to put it into these tubes. And how are you going to get them in these tubes? You're going to use a clean cup, collect your first morning urine, and you're going to use this little pipette, squeeze, fill these up, put the lids back on them. You're going to shake them up, put them in the bag, and put them in the freezer. And that's not the complete instructions, so go ahead and read over the instructions that come with it. It's in the back. Go over to the lab with everything else. Have them draw your blood. They will then give you back your samples, and you go home and take these to refrigerate and freeze. Sorry, the blue and the lavender you will refrigerate. Everything else is going to be frozen. So the other tubes they give back to you will be put in the freezer. So other than the royal blue and the lavender, everything else will be frozen. Then you're going to put it back in here with the brick, cover it up, take it home, and take out your urine out of the freezer, put it inside. You can call FedEx to come pick it up at your house, 1-800-GO-FedEx, or you can take it over to FedEx at the airport. The cutoff time is 4 o'clock, so when you get there, you'll hand it to somebody, and they will send it off to be tested, and we will have the results within 2 to 3 weeks.